Okay, so today we're going to go through this news article talking about why RPGs are the mobile's biggest genre by revenues. That really surprised me that it's RPGs. I figured it would be shooters. Um, but yeah, let's see how the East and West engage differently with the genre. Because I could see Eastern audiences doing a lot more mobile, but I feel like Western audience are more likely to play like console-based RPGs. Right, when I'm thinking about like RPGs to play, I usually think of like Final Fantasies and stuff or MMOs. But I don't know. Maybe Eastern audiences see things differently. Okay. Let's see. Maybe this is an info for the console and PC. They're now a staple of the mobile gaming market. RPGs generate 21.3% of the mobile gaming revenues. Well, I'm interested. Maybe what do they mean? How they define like RPGs? That could be really important because like MOBAs. I mean, MOBAs are kind of their own genre, but if they consider RPGs and like MOBAs to be RPGs, this makes a lot more sense. But I wouldn't include that. All right. Regardless, mobile now accounts for more RPG revenues than any other gaming platform. The genre's titles are trailblazers in terms of new mechanics, monetization, and more. Let's see. Over 70% of mobile RPG revenue comes from China, Japan, and South Korea. So 21.3%, and then 70% of that is just these three countries. Cool. RPGs on mobile generated more than 18 billion last year. That actually makes sense because mobile generated 91 billion dollars last year. Genre is noticeably more popular and influential outside of the West, especially in Eastern Asia. I believe that. See below, three countries in East Asia contribute more than 72% of RPG revenues on mobile, with China generating a striking almost $8 billion. Let's see. Yeah, RPG to non RPG. Okay, yeah, this chart is useless. Part of the reason is due to Eastern RPGs featuring more mechanics, social gameplay features, and more robust live operations. Let's take a closer look. I wonder what they mean by that. Also, when it says RPGs, if it's talking about social gameplay, I definitely am getting a like MMO feeling from that. Even though I think you can do like Genshin isn't like an MMO, but you could play multiplayer. I know there's going to be a chart later that shows something about Genshin, so I'm interested in getting to that. Okay. Shows that exploration was the main reason players across the world play RPGs. To tap into this motivation, most successful RPG publishers strive to regularly update their games with new content. That's actually really important with exploration because Genshin is really good about that. Taking Breath of the Wild's like stamina system, I think was really good for them. Okay. Many mobile RPG games are now doubling down on live ops through in-game events and brand collabs, all reinforced by a retention-focused monetization strategy. At the same time, in-app purchases remain the most important revenue stream for RPGs. Genshin Impact is a Chinese-developed title hugely popular in its home market and in Japan, but is also broken through in the West. The game combines live ops and IAPs to great effect. So here's the Genshin study we're looking at. Yeah, Genshin's been absolutely huge. I'd argue it's one of the best, like one of the greater things to break through to the West too, as far as like mobile games. Like I think part of that is because you could play it on PC. It doesn't have to be a mobile game, which I think is a pretty good strategy for Western markets where mobile isn't quite as popular. But putting it on PC also means you have to put in some like dev time to that. So I kind of like I understand why some don't do it, but if you don't put it on PC, I think you are still missing out on some Western opportunities there. Okay, so regardless, this is October 2020 to October 2021. Actually, like this shows the gacha pools, which I guess is when the kind of loot box system in the game updates. Because yeah, you can see pretty much every pool. You see like a little bit of a peak every time it shows up. There's a few like right here. This is really weird that it peaks up, goes down, and then peaks a little bit lower. I wonder if that's something like they announced the gacha pool would come out, or like it got some sort of delay. There's something that's not on this chart that I would like to know about. The weekly downloads doesn't seem like the game actually has higher downloads during these times, right? Because we're looking, I'm not seeing peaks during the gotcha pool. This one right here, 2.0. So this would have been a major, major update. Got a lot of downloads. And then 2.1. But otherwise, yeah, they didn't get a lot of new downloads during this. But their revenue increased a lot. Right? And that tells me is that Genshin's doing a really good job of retaining players. But it's not doing a necessarily excellent job about gaining new players. As you can see, Genshin Impact's new events and limited time gotcha pools to keep the players engaged in spending, but it doesn't mean RPGs players aren't open to other types of monetization, namely in-app advertisements. RPG players prefer an immersive gaming experience, meaning intrinsical and banner ads break their flow. Instead, rewarding videos and narrative ads are more suitable for mobile game RPGs and are increasingly popular as a currency in mobile games. To that end, the vast majority of mobile RPG players, 73%, say they accept in-game ads if it helps them get in-game currency or items for free. Yeah, mobile game players are going to be a lot more apt to ads, which ads are going to be in there, but they're going to be more likely to take it if they get something for it. I think that's like the really big thing. A lot of mobile games just kind of force ads on you, and you pretty much just have to have ads to play, which isn't enough. Giving them ads and then giving them like some sort of currency afterward makes them feel a lot better about it. Because I've tried like mobile games before where it just like after every match is like, oh, here's an ad. And I'm like, well, what do I get? They're like, oh no, you just get the ad. I had one mobile game, it actually would give you ads in a match. Like while you were playing the game halfway through, you'd get an ad. I'm like, this is just unacceptable, and I uninstalled it. Like I am not dealing with ads in the middle of the game. And even like outside of it, like I don't want it. Like please just give me like some currency or something for it. Let's see. Many devs are combining advertisements in game monetization to great effects in RPG games. Find more data. Yeah. Okay. Essentially, RPGs are at the forefront of mobile games' innovative trends, including everything from genre mashups to hybrid monetizations. We've shown that mobile RPGs generate vast revenues and keep players engaged. But what do players themselves think? What motivates them? Let's discuss. Okay, the Consumer Insights Survey, which we've already read through before. Both groups cite similar reasons for playing mobile games, but here are some of the key differences. Okay, so green is general mobile gamers, and then blue is RPG players. It says, although they have similar reasons for playing mobile games, some interesting differences appear. Mobile games skew towards more casual reasons to play, such as to relax and unwind and to fill time. On the other hand, certain aspects stand out for mobile RPG players, such as exploring, immersive, social, and competitive aspects. So yeah, let's see. Green, which is general, goes higher for relaxing and unwind, filling time, escaping from everyday life. So it seems like general mobile gamers just want something to do. It seems to me like it could be something else, right? If you gave these people like a book or something, they might fill their time doing that. This just happens to be pretty like readily available. See, mobile games start doing better with excitement, exploring worlds, immersions in a character or story, leveling up systems. This is the big one for me, as I like progression in games. Completing objectives and obtaining goals, socializing, yeah. So it looks like the RPG players are more interested in the game, whereas general mobile players just need something to do. It doesn't seem like they're probably like as picky about what they're playing. Let's see. General mobile gamers skew towards casual reasons to play. RPGs are drawn towards exploration and immersion. RPG players are more interested in social aspects like competition or working with teammates. That's a bit interesting to me because I'd like them to give some examples of that. Because I don't see RPGs outside of MMOs as actually being social or necessarily competitive. Right? I tend to think of RPGs as typically being like single player experiences. Let's see. RPGs on mobile, from more traditional MMOs to newer co op experiences like Genshin Impact, are more doubling down on social play. The most successful RPGs are tying to these player motivations. How else can mobile RPG titles find success? Mobile's ongoing privacy changes are making this challenge even more difficult, but there are strategies that can help. Let's see. Opportunities for mobile RPGs amidst a changing privacy landscape. Let's see. RPG devs are using these approaches to find success. Optimizing game design to entice users to spend in the first 24 hours. To reach a high conversion value, the first 24 hours is critical for event and value-based UA optimization. Viable strategies here include offering an in-game app purchase discount only redeemable within the first 24 hours and introducing battle passes earlier. I see this a lot. There's so many games I've tried where they try to offer you a like special deal within the first 24 hours. I found a lot of those actually will give you the deal after 24 hours, but they try to advertise it that way to you. And then battle passes. I think battle passes have a lot of opportunity as gaming continues. Let's see. Targeting mid spenders is now less dependable. Developers should diversify monetization options such as battle passes and smartly implemented ads, such as rewarding this. Yeah, again, for mobile games, if you're going to put ads in them, which they're going to, giving your players a little something for their time makes the experience much more positive, because nobody likes having ads, right? You're not going to find any gamers that are actually like excited by that. But again, giving them some sort of like items or currency or something for their time, yeah, that's kind of cool. In some cases, you actually could probably make ads optional, like so many like per day or per hour. And if you're giving them a good enough reward, players will opt into their ads. I think that's probably like the best system. Because then you're still getting ad revenue, but then your players want ads because they're literally getting something for it. I also think like this and battle passes are a really good system. Again, towards getting more people to spend money rather than relying on like your whales as much. Which traditionally whales are a lot of your mobile market. Let's see, is it more challenging to acquire new high value users? Returning current players is vital. Viable strategies here include live operations, battle passes, other loyalty programs, and app marketing. I mean, loyalty programs are always cool. Let's see, in the report, Rada Rada. The mobile RPG market is still thriving despite these challenges. The most innovative publishers are already rating on the occasion while delivering engaging new experiences to consumers. Many of the biggest studios at East and West are hard at work on bringing higher fidelity RPGs to phones with exciting new mechanics. Simply put, the future is bright for mobile RPGs. Interesting. Yeah, I would have liked a little bit more data on like games specifically. Like they had some information on like Genshin Impact. I would have liked to have seen more examples of what they mean by RPGs and what they're doing. That's one of the things I really don't like about some of these like high level articles is I want a little bit of lower level stuff to say these are like this is what these games are specifically doing that is working well. Right? That's why when I'm like for me looking at like marketing strategies, I like being able to pull to different examples. Right? Being able to pull like we're talking about what Warframe is doing, talk about what old school RuneScape is doing, Idle the Forgotten Realms, like being able to throw out these examples and take inspiration from those independently, I find to be very valuable. Maybe that's something I could try posting on Reddit is to get some examples from other people of what games they think are doing really good jobs towards community engagement. Because I feel like those are three like really strong examples, but I'd like to see more. Because there's like a little game I was looking at that looks really cool, but it doesn't seem like they're actually doing too much in terms of marketing, which is surprising to me. Because the game looks like it has potential, they just need to be able to bring people in. And I'm sure they have some sort of strategy for that. I'm not seeing it. But yeah, I want to see it. That's important.